Okay, so we put up, so we did the middle panel, and you can see we starched even like a couple inches on the ceiling to help us hold it up. But the real trick is push pins. Now, I don't know why every single time I looked up a blog post on this, no one ever talked about the seam. And people kept asking me, what are you gonna do to line up the fabric? And I'm like, I honestly don't know. So as we've been going, I've been folding it and matching up the picture, and then about every 8 inches, putting in a push pin, which I'll take out later. And if I need to reinforce it, we're gonna do little finishing nails. But you can see that I've just kind of folded it over and matched it up as we've gone along. And then the other trick is to start at the center and push out, because you don't really care where it lines up like on the walls, but you just want to make sure the center all lines up. So for instance, we did this entire seam and then we've been rolling starch out. The other thing is that on blog posts, they tell you to put the starch on the wall and on the back of the fabric, which is basically impossible. So instead we've been saturating it, basically like rubbing it on the wall and then pinning up the fabric and then starching over the fabric. It doesn't make it bleed. I would test it on like a little test piece first just to make sure your fabric doesn't bleed, but that's how we've been doing it. You can see Jeff doing the ceiling. And this is literally all you use. You use this Purex static flow, starch flow, whatever, and then a high density foam roller. So these are the ones that I've been using. It gets all the wrinkles out, but really we've been using our hands for the most part. Like you can see Jeff doing it right there. Say hi. Okay, so it's all up. You can see that it is all around the edges, and I even starched the sides because after it dries, I'm gonna go around with this rotary cutter and do the top and all of the edges, which makes me pretty nervous. But I figure if the seams don't come out good, then we're just gonna add molding. So we'll just do crown molding and we'll do like a toe trim down the sides. That's my backup plan. So for now, I just let it dry to make sure if it has any shrinkage, I don't like trim the edges and then it shrinks and then I'm screwed. So I'll let it dry. I'm gonna do another layer of starch, let it dry again, and then cut it. But the reason I said to go with the more expensive one is I got one with a safety, which I already cut myself. And the problem is it doesn't go far enough away from the wall in some spots. So I had to touch up with a straight edge razor, which is not as good. This is definitely the way to go and get the one that's a bigger wheel. So you can see I cut there. I put the push pins back. You don't need to, because as you can see, this is stuck with starch. And I just wanted to show you how it peels away and doesn't leave anything up there. So satisfying. It's like a Biore strip.